Now we will see absorption of water and mineral elements. Absorption of water involves the normal passive transport with the osmosis. But if the plants want to absorb the mineral element which is already dissolved in the soil water, then they have to involve active transportation. First we will see what is passive transportation for the water absorption. See here in this figure you can see the soil particles, and surrounding this soil particle you can see the thin film of the water. It means the layer of the water is present, which is also called as soil water. So here you can see that here the water content is more. In the soil water content is more and the solute content is also less. So this is kind of diluted solution, and inside the root hair cell less water concentration is there and more amount of solute is present. So you can say that this is concentrated cell sap. So according to osmosis, what will happen? The water movement will be take place from the diluted solution towards the concentrated solution. So like this way water will be enter inside the first cell, that is root hair cell. After root hair, see this figure, if you cut the root portion in slide you will see like this. This is the outermost layer of the root which is called as epidermis, which have root hair cells. After epidermis we have cortex region which is loosely arranged parenchymatous cells. After cortex we have endodermis, and then this thin line of the yellow portion which is called as pericycle, and then we have vascular bundles. Okay, so when the water will be enter inside the first cell which is called as root hair, then it will be entered to the cortex region. So now here this is fully turgid cell which is a root hair cell, and compared to this here the cortex region have lesser turgidity. So you can say that here it is concentrated and here again it is diluted. So the water will be goes inside this cortex cell. So when the water will be goes inside here, again this cell become concentrated, again from the diluted again the water will be enter. So like that way the chains of the water absorption will be goes on. So they will absorb the water and that water will be move from the one cell to another cell with the help of osmosis. So here in the cortex region the water will be passed and they will go for the endodermis region. This is called as endodermis. From endodermis here this portion they will move into the pericycle. This region or this layer is called as pericycle. Now from the pericycle they will go in the center portion of the root region which have vascular bundles. Vascular bundle which contain both the thing xylem and phloem. But you know that the water will be moves into the xylem portion only. So they will go inside this xylem vessels. And from the xylem vessels the upward movement of the water will be takes place, and they will go for the leaf or the other parts of the plants. This whole thing you can view in the smaller height or the normal height plants. But what about the tall trees? This force is not enough to get the water or to distribute the water up to the tip of the plant. So for that transpiration pull is required. What is transpiration that you know? From the leaf with the help of stomata the water vapor will be emitting outside. So that is called as transpiration. Now here when from the xylem the water will be goes to the leaf area, then in the leaf mesophyll cell small portion of the water they will use. the small portion of water they will use for their metabolical activity, and very large amount they will throw outside with the help of transpiration. Now, because of this transpiration, it generates the negative water potential, and because of that, the suction force will be generated inside the leaf mesophyll cells only. Because of this suction force, which is transmitted via the stem to the root, because of that, the water can be pulled through the root, again the gravitational force towards the large distance. So this is called as ascent of sep. Again, what is ascent of sep? The mechanism of the upward movement of the water from the root to the different parts of the plant through the xylem is called as ascent of sep. What is the pathway of the ascent of sep? I have already taught you. Again, revise it. The water in the soil will be goes in the root hair. After root hair, it will be go for the cortex. Then endodermis, pericycle, and after pericycle, it will be goes for the vascular bundles. In the vascular bundles, we have xylem, and from xylem, it will be go for the upward movement through the xylem in the stem. Then it will be goes to the leaf, and diffusion through the stomata will be occur, and again it will be enter into the atmosphere. So like that, the cycle will be goes on. So this shows the pathway for the water movement from the soil to atmosphere. Now we will see absorption of absorption of mineral elements. So when a plant cells want to absorb the mineral element, they have to use ATP or some carrier proteins, because maybe the mineral element are less here and more here. So they have to go against the concentration gradient, that is from the lower region to the higher region. So for that, they should use their energy, which is called as ATP. So absorption of mineral elements from the soil, that involves the active transport by the cell, and minerals may be also absorbed as an ion form rather than in the form of salts. This we have already discussed, that they can absorb in the form of ion. So the dilute solution of water and mineral salts are absorbed from the soil by the roots, and it can be used for the food manufacture in the leaf. Only if they can travel up to the highest point of the plants. These upward flows occur through the xylem, and in taller plants this can happen because of the transpiration pull theory. Hope you are clear with the ascent of sep.